Nick de Vries in the Mercedes starts the final lap of the first E-Prix of the season. Rast has so much energy. Is he going for a last lap attack on Mitch Evans? This, meanwhile, is Roland and Sims. Sims to the outside, side by side into turn one. Roland gets it done. Stoffel Van Dorn in the second Mercedes is now joining that fight as well as they start the plunge down the bobsleigh run. Nick de Vries, though, down to 2% usable energy on this final lap, but he's got a 4-second lead over Eduardo Mortara up at the front. I think the third place battle is the one. Rast, I think, is sitting in behind Mitch Evans and just waiting for the moment to come. Here's Nick de Vries' radio.
Okay, Nick, Mortara, 4.2 seconds behind. You're on your final lap. Remember the final corner, lifting at 0 points.
And that is the message you want to hear. You're 4 seconds clear of Mortara in second. Here now is Evans in third. Rast has got more energy. Is he going to go for it for third place up into the chicane on the final lap? He's quite far back. Evans covers. Rast goes one way, goes the other. He's trying to force Evans to use more energy, but look how much Rast has. I don't think that's right, but it doesn't matter. For the race win, Nick de Vries through the final corner wins the first race of the Formula E World Championship. Second across the line is Eduardo Mortara. Third is Mitch Evans. Fourth is Rene Rast. Fifth is Verline, and Roland is sixth. Sims is seventh, Van Dorn eighth, De Grassi ninth, and there is a point for Oliver Turvey in 10th place. There's a crash with Buemi at the line. He collides with one of the drivers there. Da Costa is involved in some of the carnage too towards the back. Van Dorn leading in the Mercedes EQ as we come through the final corner at turn 19. Sims behind him, Nato is third, Verline Mortara, Gunter Evans, Da Costa third, and Roland the top 10 as we have a final fight for the win.
And Sims has got a sniff of this win, Jack, and he is pushing for all he's worth.
Along via Trefontane, and then through the left. Oh, a little bit of a lock-up there from Sims. Nato locks up more. They both get through, and Nato actually carried quite decent speed through there. Sims is dropping back a little from Van Dorn, and Van Dorn uses his fan boost. Van Dorn activates his fan boost and gets further away. Nato and Mortara, I'm not loving their energy. 2%, 1% for Nato and Mortara. Mortara, oh, he's big out of shape. And he's managed to save it. Save of the season for Edo Mortara, not save of the season here. De Vries, Bird and Roland wiped out.
Championship leader, Sam Bird.
And third place man in the championship, Nick de Vries, wiped out on the final lap. Stoffel Van Dorn leading the way. What's going on with Nato in third? How much has he got to save energy? Is Pascal Verline going to be able to get past him in the final half of this lap? Then there's a big gap back to Edo Mortara, who's going to be under big pressure. Look, Mortara now is down to 0.5%. Verline's got to send it.
Yeah, watch Verline in fourth position, the white and black and red Porsche.
No room there. And now we're into this really tight, twisty section. We're on board with him. Going for third place. Nato's on 0.5% of energy remaining. Mortara's on 0.2. Nato's defending every possible corner, but up at the front, Stoffel Van Dorn comes through the final turn, and Stoffel Van Dorn wins the Rome E-Prix. Second for Alexander Sims, and I think Nato has just made it ahead of Verline for his first podium in Formula E, but Van Dorn is the winner.
Well done, dude. Woo! He won. Great job. Redemption. This is what he should have had yesterday.
We might be coming through to start the final lap in a moment.
I think we are.
Jake, we need to slow down the pace by 1 second in this sector, 1 second, and we have a flat out last lap. We need to slow.
And that's what Dennis is being told, slow down, and then we will have a flat out last lap. It's going to be tight here. Dennis coming through the chicane, 3, 2, 1, 0. I'm not sure. He just crosses it now, so they just managed it. Dennis onto the final lap of the race. It's going to be flat out between Dennis, Nato and Lotterer in the top 3 positions. Nato has a 5-second time penalty, remember. Lynn and Roland might have to be saving on this final lap, and Lotterer is looking racy. They obviously haven't told him that Nato's got that time penalty.
I was going to say, I hope they have told him that Nato's got that penalty, because then he can manage the risk. He doesn't need to go for a dangerous lunge here, and he's still going to end up with the position. So I really hope that Porsche have been on the radio to him. Jean-Eric Gun's got 5%. Somebody went wide there.
Yeah, it was Lotterer. I think he just locked up the right front.
Definitely last lap, boys, yeah?
Yeah, definitely last lap, flat out.
Go, go, go! Vamos is the message to Jake Dennis in the DHL Valencia E-Prix. Roland's in trouble here. Him and Lynn are down to 1%. They should be able to get to the end, but they're going to have to do a lot of energy saving. Vern might be able to come up and charge past them, but he's a bit too far back, actually, in the DS to G2. In fact, he's a long way back, isn't he? Here comes Dennis through the final couple of corners now. The right-hander of 10, the long left-hander at 11. Down towards turn 12. Nato is dropping back. How far behind are Lynn and Roland going to finish from Nato, who's got a 5-second penalty? All the talk coming into Valencia was, you don't want to be leading this race. That's the worst possible place to be until the end. Jake Dennis has proved them all wrong from start to finish. Lights to flag, and it's victory in Valencia for Jake Dennis. His first win in ABB FIA Formula E. Norman Nato doesn't finish second, he gets shuffled down. Lotterer is second, it's third for Alex Lynn. So Lynn does come back to get a podium. He'll have wanted the win, but that's still his best ever result in Formula E. Roland 4th, Nato 5th, Ras 6th, Vern 7th, Turvey 8th, Mortara 9th, Degrassi 10th. So none of the championship contenders pick up any points. Jake Dennis takes the win. Evans holds the lead. Final lap of the E-Prix. It's going to be so close for Mitch Evans to get to the end of this. If he hangs on, it'll be one of the most remarkable drives that we've seen in Formula E. Da Costa goes for it into Beau Rivage. They don't hit.
Just.
Frines has got more energy than the pair of them in front. Down the hill now into Mirabeau.
And you can defend into Mirabeau. The hairpin though, watch for Da Costa doing a lunge.
17 is moving.
Oh, and it covers the inside. It sounds like Nick De Vries might be on the move, so there might not be a yellow flag down at the chicane.
There was contact, but further back at the hairpin. And this is it, Jack. The next braking zone, absolutely critical for the win of this race between Mitch Evans and Antonio Felix da Costa. 1% of energy left too.
Final lap, coming down into the new Nouvelle chicane. Da Costa to the outside and to the lead. All locked up, gets it stopped. Da Costa takes the lead on the final lap. The DS Tejita driver hits the front. The reigning champion is going to secure his first win of the season. Robin Frines is going to try and take second because Evans is going to be so close, so marginal getting to the end. Jean-Eric Verne is involved as well. Frines to the inside. They bang wheels. Evans cuts across. There's a crunch of carbon fibre. Evans still holding on to second place. The widest Formula E car you've ever seen. But Da Costa cleared him. Da Costa comes through the final corner. Da Costa wins in Monaco.
Jack Nicholls has lost his voice.
An unreal end to the E-Prix. And Frines gets second, does he? Yes. Frines at the line. Frines at the line. Gets second position. Evans ran out of energy. He had to come off the throttle. And Robin Frines finishes in second. Da Costa wins.
Calm down and tell me that I just won.
Antonio Felix da Costa and DS Tejita take the win at the Monaco E-Prix. We're now on the penultimate lap of the E-Prix. Just when you think we can't get any more drama, Lucas Di Grassi has not served his drive-through penalty. Alex Lynn is second there in the red, white and blue Mahindra. Nick De Vries in the Mercedes EQ is trying to close him down, trying to take the win. We've also got Evans and Frines right together for fourth place, which should be a net third place once Lucas Di Grassi serves his drive-through penalty, which he doesn't do again. He's going to take the checkered flag and argue about it afterwards.
I totally agree. Final lap, here we go.
Di Grassi leading, Lynn second, De Vries third. There is the battle between Mitch Evans and Robin Frines. Neither are in attack mode at the moment, and Frines, it's going to be tough for him, I think, to get Evans on this last lap. Verline's having a nice quiet race in 6th position. He started 7th, and Di Grassi's now been given a black flag. Di Grassi has been black flagged. That is, your race is run, you're coming into the pits, you were meant to serve your drive-through penalty, you have not. Black flag for Di Grassi. He is now an irrelevancy at the lead of this race. It is Alex Lynn versus Nick De Vries for the win. That is Alex Lynn in the number 94 car. He's never won a Formula E race before. He was so close to winning in Valencia earlier this year. Evans is still holding on to what is going to be the final podium position, just ahead of Robin Freins, but Freins is right with him. Last overtaking opportunity is down at turn 16, and De Vries there in the 17 Mercedes
Too
EQ.
far back.
It's too far back. I think he's going to move to the lead of the championship. Well, no, I know he's going to move to the lead of the championship.
Even you could do that math,
Yeah,
Jack.
exactly. And look at this determination, the feeling, the atmosphere inside the Mahindra garage is absolutely palpable, because Lucas de Grassi comes up through the final corners. He's in the head of the race, but he's been black flagged. So it's Alex Lynn, the man from Essex, in his home race, who comes out of the final corner and takes his first Formula E victory. Alex Lynn takes the win.
Okay, in one way.
They are happy with that. And at the end of one of the most mad and dramatic E-Prix we've had in the last 7 years, it is Alex Lynn for Mahindra who takes the win. Here come the lead two. Mortara might fancy this on the final lap.
I wouldn't put it past him, absolutely. The points are so important. But he wants to win in Germany too. It's such an important race for the manufacturers.
Here we go, Rocket Venturi with the Mercedes EQ powertrain in the back of it. Eduardo Mortara looking for his second win of the season. Lucas de Grassi looking for his second win of the season as they come down towards turn 6. Can Alan McNish's man hold on, or can Susie Wolf's man get ahead? Down into the left-hander they come.
It's a battle of the Scottish team principles here.
Yes, indeed. And Mortara's got quite nice drive out of 6, but really 9 and 10 are the last two overtaking opportunities on the track. Dennis still has that slight more usable energy than those behind, but we'll keep an eye on that battle, of course, as here comes De Grassi and Mortara down through turn 9, out towards turn 10. De Grassi gets a bit of a twitch on. Dennis and Nato have been given a warning, but here comes Mortara, goes to the outside at the final turn. He's going to get a great run off the final corner, gets on the power, but I don't think he's going to quite have the room. It's a drag race to the line. The checker flag falls, and Lucas de Grassi wins in Berlin with 0% energy right at the line, and Evans comes across the line in third. He holds off Norman Nato and Jake Dennis, and it's victory for Audi in Berlin. Lucas de Grassi moves into title contention.
Yes, 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 yes! Woo!
Van Dorn right behind Oliver Rowland, still going for that second place. So De Vries saying, tell me what I'm racing for. He almost needs to be told, if you retire, we
Chill out.
win both championships.
Yeah. Go have some fun, enjoy your race.
Or just don't fight anymore. Just get to the end.
But if you can win it either way, let him have a go. As we see Lotter again having a go at Sims, and he does it, but has he slowed it down enough? Bit of wheel banging.
And these two have come together before. They put each other in the wall in Puebla, and Sims is leaning on Lotterer onto the brakes into 2. Lotterer gets the move. Sims tries to get the drive out, coming towards turn 3. Lotterer moves across, can't quite get past, and they've pulled the gap out a little bit to the other Porsche of Pascal Wehrlein behind. We're on the penultimate lap of the race now. So 1 lap to go at the end of this one, and Lotterer has got that 4th place away from Alexander Sims. Van Dorn is not close enough to the back of Rowland, I think, for the 2nd position. Maybe he's been told to hold station. Rene Rast is defending from Sam Bird a little further back. And this huge queue of cars is going to really start to fight on this final lap. We've seen some elbows out racing between Sims and Lotterer before. And there is
Lotterer most of the field.
well, that's very true. Mercedes EQ, as we start the final lap of the race, looks set to win the teams and the drivers' title. Here's De Vries' radio.
More energy than Jeff. Last lap, last lap.
More energy than John-Eric Verne behind you is the message. So you're all right, just hold station, Nick De Vries, and you will become the first Formula E world champion. Alexander Sims is defending like his life depends on it, and De Vries has to almost come to a halt to not go into the back, and has even hit from behind from Jean-Eric Verne. And there comes Sam Bird. Where on earth has Bird come from? And he goes through into turn 3. Sam Bird, all of a sudden, is up into 7th place. De Vries will still win the championship if he finishes here. And is that a move? Up the inside is coming Verne. Oh, they're interlocked. Rast has gone for Verne at the final lap of the race. Nato is still leading. Third and De Vries right together now for 7th and 8th positions. Is De Vries going to send it coming down into 7th? No, he is not. Norman Nato, though, is coming through the final couple of corners. De Vries is going to hold on. Norman Nato is going to win for the first time in the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship. Nato wins, Roland second, Van Dorn is third, delight for Rocket Venturi, but here comes Nick De Vries, the Mercedes EQ driver, out across the line. He finishes in 8th place and he wins the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship.
Well done, mate. Well done. That's it. Scenario 4. First world champion, mate.
Absolute delight. Mercedes EQ have come from nowhere. Pretty much. They were 5th in the championship coming into today. De Vries led the standings, admittedly, but he retired from yesterday's race. Yesterday was a disaster for Mercedes. An absolute disaster. But now, Nick De Vries is world champion.